Hi, my name's Alice Pawley. I'm a faculty member in the School of Engineering Education here at Purdue University. I have a background in industrial engineering, chemical engineering, and women's studies, and I have lived in Madison, Wisconsin, which is where I grew up, British Columbia, which is where I spent all of my summers since I was about one. I've lived in Canada elsewhere for college, England during high school, and France as an exchange student. So I've been around different countries, most of them English speaking. I think of my job as thinking creatively, studying about, writing, and teaching about gender in engineering education, and in particular from an intersectional perspective, which means that you look at gender in the context of race, class, nation, age, and other characteristics like that. I use feminist research methods to try and investigate this kind of idea and investigate engineering education as an institution. So the big question that really drives a lot of my work is the question, if we designed engineering education environments and institutions around women's lives, what might that look like? So some of the research projects that I have going on include Advance, and in that I have two studies, an academic career pathways study, ACP, or an institutional ethnography. And Advance is a large National Science Foundation funded program that tries to increase the numbers of and the success of women in STEM faculty positions. So in particular, I look at how people describe their own career paths and what kind of metaphors do they use. And then I try to understand the effect of two different kinds of policies on people who are marginalized in these environments, and in particular women and people of color. So that's my advanced project, and I have a great team to help work on that. I'm a PI on that project, co-PI on that project, and I'm the research director. Another project is assessing sustainability knowledge, which actually doesn't seem like it has much to do with gender, but it does in the context of in third world countries, when there is a scarcity of resources, it's often women who suffer the brunt of the scarcity, either by getting new kinds of resources, such as collecting water through issues of, or context of water slavery, or other kinds of resources. So I consider thinking about sustainability to be a feminist issue, and we study ways to try and help faculty incorporate sustainability knowledge into their traditional engineering, undergraduate engineering classes. I also have a project called Gender and JEE that tries to investigate how engineering education researchers treat the construct of gender in the context of their research. And we have a new project getting off the ground this summer looking at indigenous engineering and indigenous knowledge of technology. So in particular, how might we change the content of engineering education to better reflect different forms of technological knowledge that are less Western or first world centered, for example. And how might that impact how we think about what engineering is? So I hope something in some of these projects might be interesting to you. Do drop me an email if you have any questions. My email is apawley@purdue.edu, and my team's URL is feministengineering.org. Thanks for your time.